The drama that I'm more interested in because it's politically relevant and not just pure entertainment is the drama between Marjorie Taylor Greene, Thomas Massie, and Donald John Trump. Before I get into it, and I'm going to say it, and I'll say it maybe more than once in the upcoming weeks, I was right. I am vindicated. Everybody who sat out there saying, no, we've got to forget about the Epstein files because Trump now told us to, everyone pulling 180 degrees on their prior publicly stated positions to release the Epstein files. You can go suck a lemon. I was right. And not a question of being right, ha. I was right to be principled. I was right to be intellectually coherent. And I was right to be consistent with 6 years of legitimate interest in a story and not wanting this story to be brushed aside. You're called a panicking. Anybody using the word panicking unironically to defame or insult people who have been the most vocal Trump supporters on earth, you're idiots. Like, there's no other, you're idiots. You probably know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to name names because I'm not into that type of drama. People saying, Viva, just what are you're actually anti-Trump now because you're pushing this story and he wants you to forget about it. So you get no. And anybody who does something just because the person they're supporting tells them to do it, even though it defies over a half decade of their life, has no principles to themselves. To thine own self be true. So vindication, because over the weekend, Trump came out and said, it's time to release the Epstein files, whatever that materializes itself as. Some people are saying there's no Epstein list, there's no Epstein files, we can't trust it, whatever. All that I know is that everything that has been revealed over the last week, and this is 6 months of taking shit from certain people on the internet for continuing to say this is the biggest unforced blunder of the Trump second term, and possibly of either of the two terms, taking flack for that, suck a lemon, vindication, I was right. And then some people are out there saying, well, Thomas Massie's never said anything about it for the last 5 years, and all of a sudden he's... I'd rather have someone do a 180 to rightness than do a 180 to wrongness. And nobody was talking about the Epstein files during the Biden presidency, and there are probably damn good reasons for that. I say good reasons as in politically explicable reasons, which is they didn't want to release it. In fact, they never wanted to release it, and I still don't think the Democrats wanted to release it because we see what happens when they release anything trickle, drip, drip based on disclosures. It makes every Democrat look like a freaking criminal. Do you appreciate American Virgin Island House Representative Stacey Plaskett is live texting a convicted pedophile sex offender, alleged human trafficker, while in congressional hearings, taking advice from this man in order to get intel and information to ask a coherent question of Michael Cohen. Can you appreciate that Michael Wolff, so-called journalist propagandist, was attempting to suborn blackmail extortion from Epstein against Trump, which blackmail he could not suborn from Epstein because Epstein did not even have blackmail material on Trump? Do you appreciate that we have now caught the Democrats maliciously redacting names to make it look like Trump was guilty of something that he wasn't? Do we appreciate that we now have Epstein disclosing to, I believe it was Michael Wolff, his knowledge of Hillary Clinton's alleged affair with the alleged suicide victim, Vince Foster? And you people who turned a 180 overnight to saying that Epstein's is a distraction, it's a hoax, yada, yada, and then give me shit on the internet, only to have now Trump at the end of the day say, yes, let's see it. Vindication. Now, does that mean that the fighting with Marjorie Taylor Greene makes any sense? No. Does it make sense that people are continuing to defame Marjorie Taylor Greene, or at least attack her? Given the way things are going, you might want to stop. I would love for Trump, I would love it, I don't know that it can happen, to say, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said what I said about Massie. I should not have said what I said about Marjorie Taylor Greene. These are patriots, and we should make up. That would be amazing. Some of you are going to say he's got nothing to apologize for. It's all's fair in love and war, and especially in politics. He was fighting back, yada, yada. You don't always have to apologize just because you've actually made a mistake, though when you actually have made a mistake, it's typically mature to apologize. I appreciate in today's day and age, nobody accepts an apology. They just use it as a cudgel with which to beat you afterwards. But you're not apologizing for them. You're apologizing for yourself. Politically, it would be amazing for Trump to come out and just say, all right, let's lay down our arms. I'm sorry. We said some things we shouldn't have said. Let us get back to our coalition, to our alliance, if we want to actually kick ass in 2026. But getting to the demonization of Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I like to say I actually accomplished something today. So earlier today, an account, I'm not putting him on blast. I appreciate that he deleted and reposted with a more accurate post. Johnny MAGA, who, if you support MAGA and if you support Trump, maybe you want to stop this type of shit. Just, throwing that out there. If you support Trump and you want to be respected and reputable, maybe not lie about what people say in a manner that is easily verifiable simply by going to watch the video that is attached to the misrepresentation of what was said in order to discredit the statement. In the prior post from Johnny MAGA, 264,000 followers. I don't think I'm blocked yet because I can still access the account. In the prior original post, Johnny MAGA, let me just take this out, said, Marjorie Taylor Greene just called Trump a, quote, traitor. It's a serious thing to say. Especially, given all of the hyperbole about what goes on with the word traitor. And I replied to the original post, which is unavailable now, quote, let me tell you what a traitor is. A traitor is an American that serves foreign countries and themselves. She, Marjorie Taylor Greene, absolutely never anywhere in this clip called Trump a traitor, nor was that even what she was inferring. She was quite literally describing what a traitor is. This is terrible smear and misrepresentation of what Marjorie Taylor Greene said, and now I know your account is one that I absolutely cannot rely on for accuracy and integrity. And then the post was deleted, so I had to go back and see what Johnny MAGA did with the original post. And this is what Johnny MAGA reposted as. Marjorie Taylor Greene, who owes her fan base to President Trump, I think that's factually incorrect, but set that aside, says she, quote, never owed him anything. I think I agree with Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't know when Trump overtly supported her. I'm not sure that he endorsed her during her first run. Quote, a traitor is an American who serves foreign countries and themselves. She's now using the left's language to attack our president, who she's obviously referring to. Oh, well, he fixed it. Do you want to hear what Marjorie Taylor Greene said? And then you'll tell me what you think she is or is not saying in this video. And by the way, I said this from day one. Also Vindication. If I were Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massie, I would be very angry at the way my movement, my push to release the Epstein files has been co-opted by a bunch of Trump derangement syndrome lunatics. It doesn't help their cause that they're giving a press conference and in the backdrop, you have Trump as a pedophile banners or whatever the thing, pancarte. It doesn't help. Now, are you morally and ideologically aligned because protesters come and fly banners at a press conference that you're holding? No. Does it look bad that you're aligned with Democrats and that is the line of attack from the Democrats? Yes, it looks bad. And that's why if I were them, I would be angry at how my legit push to release the Epstein files has been co-opted by the Lisa Blooms of the world, the Gloria Allreds of the world. The people who have Trump derangement syndrome don't give a sweet bugger all about women's rights or women victims and only want to use this as a bullshit pretext to go after Trump. With that said, let's hear what Marjorie Taylor Greene actually said.
I was called a traitor by a man that I fought for 6 years for. And I gave him my loyalty for free. I won my first election without his endorsement, beating 8 men in a primary. And I've never owed him anything, but I fought for him for the policies and for America first. And he called me a traitor for standing with these women and refusing to take my name off the discharge petition. Let me tell you what a traitor is. A traitor is an American that serves foreign countries and themselves. A patriot is an American that serves the United States of America and Americans like the women standing behind me. And I want to tell you.
Okay, stop there. So here's the real question. The first thing first, did Trump call Marjorie Taylor Greene a traitor? We know it. I'm taking it from People magazine, but we saw the post. So even on the premise, and this is where, you're such a MAGA sycophant, you don't understand that you're actually doing harm to your own cause. Marjorie Taylor Greene using the language of the left? Well, by your rationale, Trump was the one using the language of the left. Traitor. Trump is the one who called Marjorie Taylor Greene a traitor. So by Johnny MAGA's own corrected post, she's now using the left's language to attack our president. Following your flawed, sycophantic logic, Johnny MAGA, Trump is using the left's language to go after Marjorie Taylor Greene. It was a mistake. It would be nice if people would make up, apologize, and move forward to a better political future. Did she call Trump a traitor?
I was called for the policies, called me a traitor for standing with these women and refusing to take my name off the discharge petition. Let me tell you what a traitor is. A traitor is an American that serves foreign countries and themselves.
I forget whether or not her definition is accurate. What she's basically saying is, this is what a traitor is, and I am no traitor. She's not saying, and Trump is a traitor. I know there's a lot of people out there who think Trump might be serving foreign interests or foreign nations, prioritizing their interests above American interests. I know there's a bunch of people who say that. Oh, that makes for an accusation of being a traitor. That makes for political critique that needs to be factored into the equation. Marjorie Taylor Greene was not implying by that statement that Trump was the traitor. She is simply saying, this is what a traitor is, and I am no traitor. And lo and behold, Trump has now reversed course yet again. I suspect because he's seeing that with every drip of document that comes out of these leaks, it makes the Democrats look like the criminals that they are. Now, it should come to an end, this type of infighting, especially with Marjorie Taylor Greene, especially with Thomas Massie. Marjorie Taylor Greene, who has been criticized as being a brainless, and I'm not making fun of her, I'm just saying, she's been accused as being a mindless drone Trump supporter. She's been accused of being a blind follower of Donald Trump. And you know who loves seeing this type of infighting? Forget the terminology and the language. Who loves seeing it is the left. Who loves seeing this is the political party that can't win on their own ideas. And so they have to just hope, cross their fingers, and pray to the powers that be that there's going to be sufficient infighting that the base that Marjorie Taylor Greene has, that Thomas Massie has, don't join the Democrats, because they won't if they have half an iota of brain power, but they'll just pull themselves out of the political system and not show up to vote in 2026. But I'm telling you, I am vindicated. I am not going to get intellectually browbeated into being disingenuous to myself and dishonest to myself. The Epstein files, whether or not you think it was a political campaign promise, it was a political issue. And I don't know who the hell Trump is getting advice from on this, and I can only imagine who. It was bad advice, and his cheerleaders on the internet did him no favors by saying, yay, 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 Trump, reverse course, Trump, fight with Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massie, Trump. Make yourself look guilty, Trump, by now not wanting to disclose the Epstein documents. Whoever thought that was good advice is an idiot, and the yes men who egged him on are idiots, and they should not be giving advice in this administration.